And this evening, it's the ITV News at 10.
Police express regret for stopping anti-monarchists protesting at the coronation. The Met has been criticised for tactics used and been threatened with legal action after protesters were arrested but released to face no further action.
I suspect they also realised that they had badly handled it from a legal point of view and a policing point of view, and they simply didn't have a case to pursue.
Also tonight, King Charles and Queen Camilla thanked the public for their support throughout celebrations as Prince Louis carries out his first official engagement. Russia launches a barrage of attacks on Ukrainian cities and...
This is ITV News with Lucrezia Millarini.
Good evening. The Metropolitan Police has tonight expressed regret for the arrest of 6 anti-monarchy protesters ahead of the coronation. The demonstrators from the campaign group Republic have rejected the apology and intend to take legal action. Our political correspondent Carl Didden joins us now. Carl, this is a pretty speedy turnaround from the police, isn't it?
Yes, just over an hour ago, they put out this fairly remarkable statement expressing regret over the arrests of the 6 activists who'd only been picked up on Saturday morning and have now been released without charge. Tonight, the police said that the arresting officers had not, in fact, known that the group had been liaising with the police about their protest and that the officers had suspected some luggage straps the group had could have been used to lock on as a protest. The police statement went on, those arrested stated the items would be used to secure their placards, and the investigation has been unable to prove intent to use them to lock on and disrupt the event. We regret that those 6 people arrested were unable to join the wider group of protesters in Trafalgar Square and elsewhere on the procession route. But the head of Republic, who was one of the 6 arrested, says the speed with which the police have dropped the whole thing has betrayed the weakness of their case from the start.
Extraordinarily quick decision. And I think that they clearly realised, both from our response and from the public reaction, that they had badly judged this. And I suspect they also realised that they had badly handled it from a legal point of view and a policing point of view, and they simply didn't have a case to pursue.
Because earlier today, the Prime Minister supported the police, didn't he?
Yeah, that's right. Rishi Sunak was full of praise for the police when asked about this earlier today.
Well, the police are operationally independent of government. They'll make these decisions based on what they think is best. And actually, I'm grateful to the police and everyone who played a part in ensuring that this weekend has gone so well, so successfully and so safely. That was an extraordinary effort by so many people, and I'm grateful to them for all their hard work.
Yet despite all of that, the Metropolitan Police now find themselves accused of preventing a lawful protest and facing legal action.
All right, Carl, thank you. Well, meanwhile, King Charles has thanked the nation after a weekend of coronation celebrations. He said the support was the greatest coronation gift of all. Today, the King invited the country to support local causes and create a legacy of volunteering. Well, thousands of people did just that, including some of the youngest members of the royal family, as Geraint Vincent reports.
The coronation weekend came to a close with the release of the official photographs taken to mark the crowning of King Charles and Queen Camilla. The King pictured here in the throne room with orb and sceptre at Buckingham Palace. But the special bank holiday was more about getting stuck in than posing, and one of the King's grandsons was in the box seat. After a dicey start, Prince Louis and his dad eventually got the hang of the digger, all part of the volunteering campaign, the big help out. The task at hand in Slough was the renovation of a scout hut. Prince George was drilling holes in some timber and Princess Charlotte was varnishing some doors. The Waleses all devoting some free time to a worthy cause.
Well done, Louis.
To have had the support of the Prince and Princess of Wales and the rest of the family as well just goes to show that as a family you can get involved in volunteering, that it's fun, that you can learn things and you feel good about it as well.
And with the hard work done, there was time for some archery. marshmallows, and of course a photo. The Duke and Duchess of Edinburgh, meanwhile, were helping out at a training centre for guide dogs. All this on the morning after the night before. And a star-studded coronation concert at Windsor Castle.
After the ceremony and the party, the coronation is completed by the big help out and an attempt to make volunteering a real feature of the new Carolean age.
Along with the portraits, the palace also released a message of thanks from the King to all those who had joined in the weekend celebrations, wherever they took place. Their support was, he said, the greatest possible coronation gift. Geraint Vincent, ITV News.
Well, the impact of the coronation and the King's big Help Out initiative reached all corners of the United Kingdom. 30,000 organisations took part, with plenty of first-time volunteers across the country joining in, as Rachel Townsend reports.
Lend a hand, make a change was the big Help Out slogan, and people around the United Kingdom are certainly doing that. Whether it be rewilding in Chichester, abseiling for the Girl Guides in Norwich, delivering food to the vulnerable in Dumfries, or planting in County Antrim, Northern Ireland, today is about creating a volunteering legacy.
Quite a lot of people here of all ages that, you know, are wanting to see exactly what we do and they want to get involved.
Here in West Yorkshire, people braved the rain to clear fields for the Riding for the Disabled charity.
Primarily looking at sycamore seedlings.
So this is what we're looking for?
This is what we're looking for. They are very poisonous to the horses, so it's very important that we have our volunteers here hardily picking away at them.
Inside, the stables underwent a spring clean.
It's kind of like a good feeling, like you're doing something good for someone as well.
At London's Green Park, they were planting wildflower to help increase biodiversity.
I think it's really fantastic. You feel great, you meet new people, you learn new skills.
It's amazing because you just get out, get some fresh air, meet new people, and it's a lovely thing to do.
And it wasn't just green spaces benefiting. Litter pickers in Monmouthshire were doing more than their bit.
It's what we're all about here. We've got to bring people together. And we do it through the medium of this village hall. And it works generally very well.
Service was described as love in action by the Archbishop of Canterbury this weekend. There was plenty of service on display today. Rachel Townsend, ITV News.
Russia has launched fresh drone and missile attacks on Ukraine. The capital, Kyiv, and other cities came under sustained fire. It is just a day before the Kremlin celebrates Victory Day, marking Nazi Germany's surrender to Russian forces during the Second World War. Martha Fairley reports.
In the Black Sea city of Odessa, a warehouse reported to contain humanitarian aid was ablaze overnight. The Red Cross of Ukraine says it had been leasing the building hit by missiles in the latest attacks on the country by Russian forces. Moscow also launched 35 Iranian-made drones at the capital, Kyiv. They were all intercepted, but 5 people were injured by falling debris. Mayor Vitaly Klitschko visited a residential block that had been damaged.
Kamikaze drones fly to direction in our hometown, and thanks to anti-missile system, everyone was shot down.
In Moscow, final rehearsals have been taking place ahead of tomorrow's annual Victory Day parade, marking the defeat of Germany in the Second World War. But at least 21 Russian cities have cancelled their 9th of May events. After 2 drones managed to reach the Kremlin before being destroyed last week, Russia's presidential spokesman says there is a fear parades may be targeted.
You know that it was the decision made by the organisers of this procession, but on the other hand, it is quite understandable. When we're dealing with a state that is a de facto sponsor of terrorism, it's better to take precautions.
But Ukraine's president wants his country to break with Soviet tradition and celebrate today, in line with Victory in Europe Day.
We fought then and we fight now so that no one ever again enslaves other nations or destroys other countries. And all those old evils that modern Russia is bringing back will be defeated just as Nazism was defeated.
When Russia marks Victory Day tomorrow, President Zelensky's proposing Ukraine should celebrate Europe Day, taking another ideological step closer to the West. Martha Fairley, ITV News.
Patients will be able to contact their GPs for an appointment more easily under new government proposals. Practices will be handed £240 million this year to introduce online booking tools to end the 8 a.m. scramble of patients ringing surgeries for a slot. Labour, though, blame a shortfall of GPs. Football now and the fight for Premier League survival. Everton are one of the longest surviving teams in the top flight. That status was at risk, but after a big win against Brighton, they might just hang on again. Chris Scudder watched the action.
Everton's 69-year stay in the top flight under threat. It took them just 34 seconds at Brighton to say, hang on a minute. Only 6 wins in 34 matches really didn't bode well, but no one told Doucouré, who scores again! And before Brighton, one of the teams of the season, knew what had hit them, but everything Brighton threw at Jordan Pickford stuck to his goalkeeping gloves. Wondrous save! Now, Chris Scudder, ITV News.
Elsewhere, Nottingham Forest, who are also battling to avoid relegation, beat fellow strugglers Southampton 4-3. Brazilian midfielder Danilo scored Forest's 4th goal to help his side to victory. The result means they move out of the relegation zone. And finally, the excitement is building in Liverpool as we count down to this year's Eurovision. Tomorrow will be the first of 2 semi-finals. From Liverpool, our entertainment reporter Rishi Davda reports.
It's never been one for the shy, modest or introverted, but that's what's always made Eurovision so special. It was a taste of what's to come, the first chance for the 37 acts to introduce themselves to the world.
This is what I've always dreamt of, and I just have to put all my heart into it and do my best and have fun with it.
I was imagining this moment, you know, a week or less than a week before the final. I thought I'd be, you know, freaking out, but I think the closer I get, the more ready I am, you know, I'm feeling really pumped.
Eurovision is often called the Olympics of music, Liverpool carrying the flame because of the ongoing war in Ukraine.
It feels amazing, you know, to know that we are all united in these hard times. We create, we don't destroy, you know, and it's great. This is very nice.
Not every time your position at Eurovision scoreboard is the most important thing. Sometimes the unity with Ukraine people is even more important.
When the competition gets underway, there's 2 semis and then a final, which will be broadcast to 160 million people globally.
There's a 10-metre high video wall split into 5 different panels which all move forward and back and rotate.
The man in charge of the live shows always keeps the fans in mind. Just how special is Eurovision?
There is nothing like it, and you know, we hope that this year we can welcome back people who haven't seen it for a few years or perhaps have never seen it, because it is radically different from just a few years ago. The production values, as you can see, are through the roof.
The stage is set for a festival of music like no other. Rishi Davda, ITV News, Liverpool.
Oh, well, that is still to come, but that is it from us, so from me and all the team here. Good night.
Not everywhere will be cold today. Some places will be warm and toasty. Heinz no added sugar beans sponsors ITV National Weather.
Hello there, very good evening to you. I hope you had a really gorgeous long bank holiday weekend.